like I said, you need more actors like Karthik, Vikrant, Ayushmann to really go out there, excel, so that it really makes other people feel like this dream is possible. So more power to Vikrant and congratulations to him for the national award. He and I were somewhere around the same time in television.
That journey is sort of somewhere on the line inspired you as an actor yourself. Who would that person be?
Inspired me.
Yeah.
I think Irfan Khan, yaar. Irfan Khan's journey as an actor is something that I'm extremely envious of. I feel like, he's had some really wide range of work that he's done. And it's, of course, all credits to the man that he was. Other than that, I feel like someone who really shot up to fame and success would be a Kartik Aarya. And that's really interesting. And it's extremely inspiring with what he's done with his career in a very short of time. You're one bad step away from, being written off.
Yeah.
And I feel like in this industry specifically, because, our understanding comes from the way that we're consumed by the audience, you have to taste that once. Because that's when you value things. You will value your personal relationships, your interpersonal relationships, you will value the idea of family. You'll actually value your own work and you'll work that much harder towards it.
Yeah.
Because क्या है ना कि तो बड़ा simple है ना, आप आज एक photo खिंचवा लो, आप किसी पैप को बुला लो, you're instantly famous. Everyone thinks like you're the shit. To be honest, I don't think I'm that famous that anyone's interested in my personal life.
No, ऐसा नहीं है.
मैंने
Whoever disagrees, please comment.
ये मैं कोई फेक ह्यूमिलिटी में नहीं बोल रहा, मुझे जेन्युइन लगता है कि किसी को मेरी लाइफ में कोई ऐसा इंटरेस्ट नहीं है, मुझे अच्छा लगता है ये बात.
Is it easy to date an actor?
Is it easy to date an actor?
Yeah.
It's actually a much deeper answer to really say yes or no for it. I feel yes and no.
Okay.
I really would like to believe that dating actors, including myself, probably could not be easy. I feel like अगर आप अपने आप को किसी और के साथ मैच करने लग जाओ, so you'll end up giving your less because you will try to be matching up to somebody else. And quite frankly, I think we're in a time in the industry today where you want your co-actors to be really good.
That's exactly what KK told me in my interview.
I don't want to be really good. I want my co-actors to be damn good because I feel like if they're good, it's going to excel my performance and vice versa.
Is he always
work with KK Menon? That's the funny part of Special Ops. We're always on a phone call, but I spent a lot of time during promotions with him this time because last time we were in COVID. He's actually so different than what he plays on screen.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that. I feel like there's such a charm in speaking to a person who's lived a certain life. And, he's so successful like he is. And he's so good at what he does.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he's so disconnected from
everyday
outcome.
Yeah.
From the general sense of glitz and glamour.
Yeah.
He's so interested in just doing his work earnestly and going back home and shutting off.
Similar
I love that. When I'm reading a script and something that excites me would pretty much be how the script speaks back to me. And, we all actors say that, it's a gut feeling. And that gut feeling comes and it's so weird, because you'll be reading a paper and suddenly, you start visualizing the world.
Yeah.
And I feel like when you do end up visualizing the world and you literally see yourself in it, as an actor, you're just so excited.
Hi everyone, this is Hesha Chima and you're tuned on Varinder Chawla's page. Joining me here for a conversation today is a man who's not just known for his good looks, but also for his great acting skills. Karan Thakur in the house. Hi.
Hi, good to see you.
Good to see you too, and you're looking so nice. I have to tell you this on camera. And congratulations.
I told you off camera, you're looking so lovely.
Thank you. I'm trying to do that on Wednesday? Are we on Thursday? Oh God.
You don't need to try to. I can definitely let you know that.
I'm matching your energy. See, let's just say that. But great start to the year. How's it been? 6 months. How are you looking at your growth, your success? Talk to me about that.
I mean, we're almost halfway into the year, but it's nice that we're treating this as the start of the year.
For sure, because the remaining 6 months is where it gets more dramatic.
I mean, it's been nice. I've had 2 releases this year. So we've got Special Ops that came out, and I also did a film called Tanvi the Grey, which ironically ended up releasing both on the same date, which was not the best feeling because I was anxious as hell.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, I think they both were received very well. Tanvi got a lot of love for the kind of narrative that it was, and of course, Special Ops has blown out of proportion, so that's been great. The year's been a lot of fun. Even on a personal front, my sister had a baby boy, so that's been actually the highlight of this year for me. We're so happy as a family, and he's just come and lit up the entire house. So that's actually everything else, quite frankly, professionally is taking a backseat. I also launched a brand this year. It's Indian Agave Spirit. It's called Gunda. So this year's been interesting. Now that you say it, and I'm thinking while I'm talking, it's been quite good.
Yeah.
And honestly speaking, the first 6 months just flew.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. Because I feel it's the exact same with me also. When the year started, I was kind of in a zone like, हाँ ठीक है, Jai नहीं आया है.
Correct.
Then it's Feb. And then cut to like, I'm in the month.
से निकल ही गया.
Yeah, it's gone. So I'm still catching up to what's happening, but it's been a great year. Like,
Yeah, it's been a great.
I'm like, contrary to whatever the world is talking about, my year is going just fine. So I'm kind of happy about that. But listen, now when you're looking back at your own growth, your own success, like, what are some of your hits and some of your misses that you really hold very close to your chest?
You know, I actually never sit down and really break it down like that. What do I hold really close? Of course, you know, I mean, the fact that I cracked OTT with Special Ops, so that definitely is, you know, quite monumental in my career in itself. I mean, especially because, you know, we had a second season, which was also received, you know, quite beautifully. So that's been good. As far as failures is concerned, I mean, there's, you know, I really like to hold failures slightly closer to me.
Really?
Because I feel like failures, you know, you should never forget them. You know, they kind of teach you.
Yeah.
And they don't make you complacent with all that's going on in your life.
Yeah.
That could be good. Not that I'm saying I'm a pessimist that I hold failures close to me, but I don't let myself forget them. There's been a bunch of them, actually. I don't know where I would want to start, but there's been enough professional and personal failures in life. Of course, you know, I personally don't like to talk about.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, I think Special Ops is something that is the biggest part of my this year, and my career in general. Yeah.
But I'm sure you were presented with more OTT offers before Special Ops.
Yes, many.
Yeah.
And I was also slightly deep. I've realized, you know, when I took a break from television,
Yeah.
the easiest thing was to kind of just roll into whatever came your way. Because it puts you in a very state of an insecurity कि मैंने अपना काम छोड़ दिया है. What I used to do on a daily.
Yeah.
Because you know what happens at dailies also, you get so used to कि आप हर दिन काम पर जा रहे हो, अब हर दिन, you know, you have a purpose, and suddenly you're sitting back home, you know, you're throwing yourself into doing workshops and you're meeting people, and when that starts resulting maybe in a small way, you're like, oh, you know what, this is great, I want to pick it up. But I'm glad that everything that came my way, with all due respect to those projects, I didn't do those because I was very, very adamant on what exactly I wanted to kind of have my breakout with. Quite frankly, OTT wasn't really there when I took a break from television. You know, there was only films or theatre.
Yeah.
Film में मुझे कोई दे नहीं रहा था. एक film थी. I was in the offering for it, but eventually, you know, for creative reasons, it didn't work out. And yeah, you know, then a bunch of auditions happened for Special Ops, and that just took off, and there's been really no turning back since then.
But tell me something, you know, I want to ask you this, and this is something that I usually ask a lot of television actors as well, who sort of quit to start something afresh, right? And please correct me if I'm wrong.
Absolutely.
You have the fame with television, you have the money with television, like pretty much everything is going for you all, right? It's not like that fame, the stardom, or the money that one looks for, other than any other validation after you're an actor, you get it with TV. Then also you sort of drop it for probably a larger goal, which is also great, which could be theatres in your case, because OTT was not there, right? There's like your own sense of ego sort of come in the middle, because now you're really hitting refresh and restart, right? Like, hey, यहाँ पे तो fame में मिल गया था, everybody knows you were here. You got to sort of reintroduce yourself and also reinvent, because you sort of have to unbox from the boxes that are always there, being a TV actor or a specific way of acting style or skill set you might have. How do you view all of this?
It's definitely not ego for sure. That you know, that you kind of take into consideration. What really happens is that the failure of quitting and not being able to make it makes you a bit insecure of your sense of self-worth.
Okay.
Because you know, it's also such a public industry, right? Every decision you make, everyone knows about it.
Right.
तो सबको पता चल जाता है कि आपने टीवी छोड़ा हुआ है, आप टेलीविजन शोज नहीं कर रहे हैं, और आप जानबूझ के चीज़ों को मना कर रहे हैं, और आप फिर कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि आप फिल्में आपको मिले. अगर वो उसमें आप फेल हो जाते हैं तो योर सेंस ऑफ सेल्फ वर्थ गेट्स स्लाइटली अफेक्टेड. ईगो तो बिल्कुल नहीं होती. आई थिंक इस इंडस्ट्री में ईगो रखना बड़ा मुश्किल है, बिकॉज ये इंडस्ट्री, मेरा मानना है कि बहुत बड़ी लेवलर है. यू नो, आई रिमेंबर कि जब स्पेशल ऑप्स वाज गोइंग क्रेजी, लाइक द ट्रेलर वाज बीइंग रिसीव्ड सो वेल, दिस इज राइट बिफोर कोविड, मैं एक ऑडिशन की लाइन में खड़ा था एट वन ऑफ द बेस्ट कास्टिंग डायरेक्टर्स, एंड आई वाज अगेन एट दैट थिंग वेयर आई वाज लाइक, हाय, माय नेम इज Karan Tacker. So I feel like this industry levels you, so you know, you can't really have ego. And during COVID, मतलब, you know, वैसे भी हम सारे अपने घर में झाड़ू पोछा कर ही रहे थे during all the interviews that were happening.
True.
So I don't think ego really came in the way of any of these decisions, quite frankly. See, मैं naturally एक actor नहीं हूँ, और ये fact है. मैं, you know, I come from a business background. मैं बड़ा by the way actor बना था. तो जब मैं टेलीविजन करता था मुझे बिल्कुल भी एक्टिंग की अंडरस्टैंडिंग नहीं थी। मुझे इस क्राफ्ट की, इस इंडस्ट्री की अंडरस्टैंडिंग नहीं थी। ये कहीं मैंने जब टीवी किया तो मैं थोड़ा एंटरटेनमेंट समझा, मैं थोड़ा ये बिजनेस किस तरीके से चलता है वो मैंने समझा। और उससे मुझे इतना समझ आ गया कि टेलीविजन मैं अगर करना चाहूँ, और मैं डिसरिस्पेक्टफुली नहीं कह रहा, मैं जिंदगी भर कर सकता हूँ। और उसमें अब जाके मैं सिर्फ पैसे कमा सकता हूँ। क्रिएटिवली इसमें इतना ही है।
करेक्ट।
और वो मीडियम ऐसा है, एंड वो मीडियम अपने हिसाब से अपनी सॉलिट्यूड में बहुत ठीक है।
राइट।
बट अगर मुझे ये काम जिंदगी भर करना है तो फिर मुझे अच्छा काम करना है। अगर अच्छा काम करना है देन यू हैव टू काइंड ऑफ गो टुवर्ड्स व्हाट इज मोर क्रिएटिव।
श्योर।
उस टाइम पे फिल्में थी। सो माय रीजन टू नॉट continue doing TV was actually just creative. I was like, if I need to have length in my career, and if I want to give my career legs, I'll have to be known for the craft of it. It can't just be because you look like a nice guy or you're like a good-looking guy. Because television actually casts you keeping the exterior in mind. Right? It's technically it's a woman's medium.
Yeah.
Heroines are much bigger on TV than the boys are, than any of us are. Right? So you're quintessentially the so-called nice man of television, and I wanted to do much more. That's why I took a break from television to learn the craft. I given a lot of my time with a lot of workshops with a lot of individuals who teach in Bombay. कि समझ तो है कि acting चीज क्या है.
हाँ.
Now that I'm here, I'm absolutely in love with it. And I've always said this, that my love for acting has really grown with the work that's come my way. So yeah, that's pretty much the reason why I took a break from television. And I'll be honest, Isha, money, while all of us need it, and I don't want to sound very evolved to say that money doesn't matter, but I feel like after a certain point, right, it's not the only point of excitement.
True.
Right? You know that you can make money, and when you start working on your own craft, on yourself, you're like, chalo, theek hai. I know that I'll find my way some way or the other.
Yeah.
But let me at least try out to do something really good.
Yeah.
Where it challenges my mind, it challenges my sense of craft.
Sure.
And people look at me differently as an actor. Is why a lot of people ask me, including my PR team, that why do you not? Where are you in the middle of two projects? What are you doing? I actually like to give all my time to one project. So I like to do one project a year. I like to give it my entire 1 year. Now you don't have that liberty to do in TV.
Yeah.
So that's actually pretty much the reason why I took a break.
Okay. Two things that I've picked up from what
Sorry,
you
I know that was a very elongated.
No, I love it. Listen, I'm a
But-
great listener.
But I
Trust
feel like this can be so misconstrued, because the whole terminology of quitting TV can be taken so incorrectly.
That's true.
Without maybe having a sense of understanding of what the medium is.
No, absolutely. And I think you very well put it out there, because what happens is there are two ways of looking at it. One, you do want to sort of break away from the image of being a TV actor to fetch more work other than that particular medium.
Right.
And second is what you exactly spoke about. It's the creativity. Like, I think when I was all of 24, I was working for money. At
Which is
34, yeah, no, sure. Yeah, but like 10 years later, I think I'm pretty much working for the creative aspect of things. Like, I do not feel the need that money can drive everything and anything that I'm doing. Like, the fact that today I'm here doing this conversation with you is because I love doing what I'm doing. Like, I want to hear your stories. I want to have a chat. Like, I want to get to know you.
Just the fact that with Varinder, you started a whole wing of doing interviews, right?
Yeah.
Now that's more creative
Yeah.
than it just being monetary. So
Exactly.
it's literally just that.
Exactly. Like, for me, that was one of the biggest creative stimulators.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to know from you. What stimulates you about acting so much? Now that you've sort of enjoyed it, because you were a by the way actor, right? You said.
Correct. Actually, that's two things, and they're both very extremely different. I feel like when you can either really relate to the material,
Yeah.
or when you extremely don't relate to the material.
Really? Like, how's the other part?
Because what happens is, see, the endeavor after this is what I'd like to believe, that once you finish a project,
Yeah.
is the only time you evolve as an actor. And then the endeavor is to further go out there and do things that are going to allow you to do that again.
Right.
And that's only going to happen when you're like, oh, you know what? When I read this person on paper, which is a script that I get, I don't know how this journey is, and I'd love to explore it.
Yeah.
Vis-a-vis, of course, explore myself as an actor further.
Yeah.
So that's how I pick my scripts. That's actually what excites me the most, of something that maybe as an emotional current, I've not really felt in my life, but I'd love to explore it via a character and see where that goes.
Yeah.
And sometimes it is that, hey, you know what? I'm in this emotional journey of my life, and I feel like if a project like this came my way, I could bring a sense of truth and justice to it, because I've lived a certain emotional current.
Yeah.
So I know that I won't be imitating it on screen. I might bring some bit of my real experience, and make it more truthful as a performance. So it's a combination of both.
Okay.
So when I'm reading a script and something that excites me would pretty much be how the script speaks back to me. And, we all actors say that, it's a gut feeling, and that gut feeling comes, and it's so weird, because you'll be reading a paper and suddenly, you start visualizing the world.
Yeah.
And I feel like when you do end up visualizing the world and you literally see yourself in it, as an actor, you're just so excited. Like, oh, wow, you know what? I want to do this. And, I remember seeing an interview of DiCaprio where he said that, we actors are like vultures. That when we hear of a good script in the market, we all attack it and then we just shut up that we have it. Because you're so insecure of the fact
कि निकल ना जाए.
that कि मतलब हो सकता है मुझसे कोई बड़ा एक्टर किसी को मिल जाए, so they might be like, you know what, let's go with the bigger guy.
True.
So you just shut up
Yeah.
and you sit on it and you just you marinate it as much as you can and just get on floor with it कि यार अब producer मना नहीं कर सकता कि आपके साथ करता है.
अब तो हो गया.
Oh yeah.
Now तो I'm there. Yeah,
So
crazy.
yeah, so that's what I look out for in material, and that's what excites me.
Great. Two things that come to my mind right now is one, we spoke about looks, right? Like I feel you very rightly put across that good-looking men are probably casted more on television, or let's say the exterior matters more, right? Because that's what's selling. But other than that, as also aside, I feel as an actor, vanity is important. Like female actors specifically, they work really hard on themselves, right? And I'm sure even male actors do that. But with women, what happens is we tend to have a whole bunch of insecurities that sort of pop up. I've always wanted to understand a man's perspective. Somebody who's so good looking, you're like yourself, do you still have your own insecurities?
I mean, who's not insecure, right? I mean, I don't think it's looks that makes you secure anyway. Quite
Yeah.
frankly, if you ask me.
So how do men deal with insecurity then? And what kind do you have of your own? Share that.
I mean, one could be the most good-looking person, be it a man or a woman, and I feel like you'll still have insecurity because you're insecure as within, not without.
Okay.
So, I personally think it's got literally nothing to do with looks. And the more that you get invested in your looks, like say if you assume yourself to be really good-looking, and that's your only way to step forward,
Yeah.
I feel like you're getting into a very, very deep dark hole because, see, I mean, we're all going to get old.
Right.
We're all not going to look the way that we do.
Correct.
I mean, the best of us, how much wherever we maintain it, we're not going to look like the same person. So I feel like it's wiser to shed off that that feeling that this is the way to step forward.
Yeah.
At least it doesn't work for me, because also I don't take credit for things that have nothing to do with me. I mean,
हाँ, इसमें आपका क्या ही रिमेंबर?
मतलब मैंने कुछ किया थोड़ी है और पहली बात तो ये बड़ा कंसीडर्ड साउंड कर रहा है कि हम मेरी लुक्स के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं बट आई फील लाइक जैसे हम दिखते हो तो हमारी माँ बाप की देन है तो उसके बारे में वैसे भी क्या अहम रखना या कितना इन्वेस्टेड होना बट हैविंग सेड दैट आई फील लाइक me as Karan and me as a character are two different people altogether. I'm the most secure when I'm playing a character. And that is when I'm actually the most disinterested in the way that I look.
अच्छा.
Because I feel like it's got nothing to do with the way that I should look necessarily. I feel that needs a character look, but it's not like the way I'm looking glamorous.
Right.
I feel like for an interview like this, I'll probably put my personality and my best foot forward in, dressing up, getting my hair right, doing makeup, shake up, whatever. But I feel like my character's a different human being altogether. Then I don't want to, I at least try my best to not see myself as the character at all. Because I feel like if the character looks like me, then I'm totally off my mind. So, as far as insecurity is concerned, now that you've asked me, I can't really, like, nothing is really coming to me at the top of my mind.
Have you been insecure of any other co-actor?
Oh, no, not really. Because what happens is you already know what's on the page, right? And you've signed up for it. Today, if let's say Special Ops, for example, we're such a massive ensemble,
Correct.
right? It's got KK Menon.
Yeah.
Even if you tried your best, I mean, there is no way you're matching up to that standard of craft.
Yeah.
And you've got a massive ensemble of boys.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like if you keep that insecurity in mind, आप काम ही नहीं कर पाओगे. तो मैं actually हमेशा यही कोशिश में होता हूँ कि मुझे जितना पता है मेरा काम, मैं उसमें अपना बेस्ट दूँ, क्योंकि उसके आगे आप ऐसे ही नहीं कर सकते.
Correct.
And I feel like अगर आप अपने आप को किसी और के साथ मैच करने लग जाओ, so you'll end up giving your less because you'll try to be matching up to somebody else. And quite frankly, I think we're in a time in the industry today where you want your co-actors to be really good.
You know, that's exactly what KK told me in my interview.
I don't want to be I want my co-actors to be damn good because I feel like if they're good, it's going to
Mera
excel my performance
Huh.
and vice versa.
Correct.
Because acting is collaborative.
Right.
And it is such a repartee.
Yeah.
Like let's say if I was absolutely boring as an interviewee, आप कितना ही कर लोगे इस interview को interesting बनाने के लिए.
जी.
So a scene is exactly like that. If anything, I feel like what happens, as you evolve as an actor, and I don't want to sound like a veteran when I say this, but you try your best to handle everybody around you. And especially if you're leading the show or a project without any how do I say this, without having ego about it, you're really trying to uplift the script. You're really trying to uplift every single performance because you want the product to do well.
Right.
I feel like if the show or the film does well, everyone does well.
True.
But I feel like if there's a bad cog or something that's not working, it hampers you, it hampers everyone.
Yeah.
So, fortunately, I think I've never had that sense of insecurity, especially because once you read a page and you've read the script, you've committed to it. Now that you've committed to it, you have, technically, I have no right to be insecure of somebody else's lines or what importance or whatever.
Yeah. You know, what you said is exactly what KK said in my interview. He's like, I'm as good as my other co-actors.
100%.
You know, until today, even if there's an ensemble cast, it still challenges me also. Like, I'm not thinking back, ki, haan, maine ye kiya, maine wo kiya. He's like, in fact, I thought drop it. Like, I've dropped after this character and now I've forgotten also. Now my next move is how much better I can do in my next series. And I was like, yeah, sure, that's great.
Yeah.
Especially coming from somebody who knows he's so like looked up to. In fact, I also had a fun banter with him where I told him, I said, are you always this serious? Like, how are you on set? He's like, you ask my co-actors. I'm going to ask you, how is he on set? Is he always so serious?
TK Menon, that's the funny part of special.
We always have-
We're always on a phone call. Well, I spent a lot of time during promotions with him this time because last time we were in COVID. He's actually so different than what he plays on screen.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he's exactly like the way you see him. Like, you know, he's got his sense of humor. He's got his one-liners. He's a fairly well-rounded, educated man, you know, and I really shared a very nice plane journey with him from Bombay to Delhi, you know, recently with promotions. We had such a great chat about life and politics and, you know, just a general sense of an emotional understanding of how we look at life.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love that. I feel like there's such a charm in speaking to a person who's lived a certain life. And, you know, he's so successful like he is. And he's so good at what he does.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he's so disconnected from the outcome.
Yeah.
From the general sense of glitz and glamour.
Yeah.
He's so interested in just coming, doing his work earnestly and going back home and shutting off.
Similar
I
to
love that about it.
That's also you a little bit.
I mean, the endeavor has always been that.
Yeah.
The fact that I'm doing an interview with you right now kind of contradicts it.
But that's okay. But mostly you haven't done it. Like I remember telling you this, and I'm going to say this on camera as well. I feel like you're not very PR hungry. You're not very PR crazy.
Right.
You know what probably is required for the right thing at the right time if there's a promotion that comes out for a particular project to do. Other than that, you're like, okay, I'm in my own space. But yet there are chances, and then let's just say there have been moments in the past also, and sometimes personal stuff takes precedence over professional, right? Like, how does that Karan like deal with it in his head or even physically around him?
I mean, see, first of all, it's not like I don't like to do PR because I'm arrogant about it. I just personally feel if I've done a show, there is a machinery that's promoting the show.
Right.
Now they call me and they'll tell me कि these are the junkets, and I feel like they know how to sell the show.
Yeah.
And if I need to be sold with it, you know, they'll do their bit. अब उसके आगे मुझे ना बड़ा for lack of a better way of putting, मैं बड़ा शर्मा जाता हूँ कि आप आओ खुद के बारे में बात करो और खुद की बातें करते रहो, खुद की तारीफें करते रहो. Or you know, you're also encouraging an interviewer to kind of talk nice about you. So I feel like that whole mechanism somewhere doesn't work with me. And believe it or not, I'm a bit shy about it. I'm not the most interview-oriented person, or I don't like spottings or any of that because I feel like it's too much. Yeah, you know, it's a bit much for me at least. So most of the times I end up looking like I'm angry in my spotting videos because I'm actually really shy. I don't know what to do. You know, I get so uncomfortable when you're or at an airport and you get off, and you know it's embarrassing where there are like people clicking photos of you, and normally people are like, "What is happening, man?" Like, you know. So I feel like you're really invading someone's personal space, and I'm constantly found apologizing to other people in my videos.
Yeah.
So it's generally something that I shy away from.
Okay.
But of course, you know, I feel like you know, and I'm also, it's a collaborative journey.
It's a collaborative journey.
So I have my team who's very nice to kind of throw me in the front of all this.
We're very happy.
I'm happy to do it. It's a nice way to look good and talk great stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And kind of chat a little bit about
I understand your question about like personal stuff comes in the way, as in?
like, for example, when not comes in the way. I'm saying that sometimes being a public figure also comes with like pros and cons, right? So the con of it can be that, let's say, your personal life takes precedence, makes more headlines than your professional life at that point. How are you with that as an actor, as somebody who's a public figure?
I'll be honest, I don't think I'm that famous that anyone's interested in my personal life.
No, ऐसा नहीं है.
मैंने
Whoever disagrees, please comment.
ये मैं कोई फेक ह्यूमिलिटी में नहीं बोल रहा. मुझे जेन्युइन लगता है कि किसी को मेरी लाइफ में कोई ऐसा इंटरेस्ट नहीं है. मुझे अच्छा लगता है ये बात कि ठीक है.
लड़कियों को आप में बहुत इंटरेस्ट है. I think everybody
पता नहीं कहाँ है ये लड़कियां. मुझे बिल्कुल ये सेंस नहीं आ रहा कहीं से भी. नहीं मुझे फीलर आ रहे.
How are you a female attention, but are you good with them?
I mean, there's nothing to not be good with it.
Yeah, everybody likes
You know, we all enjoy it. I mean, I'm okay with attention from both the sexes. I have absolutely no problem with love coming my way. And yeah, it's always welcome.
So you're okay कि अगर किसी ने कुछ लिखा भी है तो you, as you said, your personal life, you don't feel, you don't.
मुझे इतना पता भी नहीं चलता actually.
You detach.
कि अगर मेरे बारे में कुछ लिखा नहीं, मैं detach नहीं. I think मेरे पास ये information आती नहीं है.
I mean,
और मुझे genuine लगता है कि मेरे बारे, I'm one of those few actors कि there is very little personal of my life that's out there, because I'm also a very I'm actually just a really private guy, you know. I mean, not like I really make an effort to hide anything that's happening in my personal life.
Yeah.
But and like if you see my Instagram for that matter, it's only got my Instagram is really raw. It's literally who I am in my real life.
yeah.
So if I'm out with somebody and if I feel like posting a photo, I will. My family's all over my Instagram. My work's all over my Instagram.
Yeah.
And I'm out and about, yeah. But I'm telling you, no one cares to really come out there and see कि मैं किसके साथ बाहर हूँ, who I'm dining with or any of that.
Good. I think you're good.
I'm glad.
Yeah, that none of that is happening.
And I think we're also in a good time in media that if you tell someone that, you know, this is my private space, they won't click you.
Yeah.
When that's happened to me a bunch of times, you know, but I've maybe been out on a date
Yeah.
and you don't want to make another person uncomfortable, you know.
Sure.
I feel like it takes two people, right, in a spotting. So if you tell someone that I don't want to be clicked or don't carry this because you already clicked it, they actually do it, yeah. So I think we're all respectful of each other and our private space sometimes today.
Is it easy to date an actor?
Is it easy to date an actor?
Yeah.
It's actually a much deeper answer to really say yes or no for it. I feel yes and no.
Okay.
I really would like to believe that dating actors, including myself, probably could not be easy. Not for any other reason. I feel like we're constantly thrown in front of an industry that makes you feel like you need to question yourself again and again.
Right.
So you truly need a partner who will support you unconditionally in that journey, because it's not easy, right? Because how many days do we work as an actor? I mean, I work about 150, 180 days. The rest of 200 odd days in a year that you're sitting at home, you do end up finding yourself questioning life, and you're always in a sense of having an existential crisis, or you feel like, you know, you're really pulled out of your society. So you have those moments.
Self-doubt happens.
100%, 100%, right? Because you're sitting back just waiting for that one project to click after another project.
Sure.
So I feel like if there's two in a room like that, it's great if they both understand the journey. And I really feel that if you've tasted a bit of failure in this industry, then I think you're dateable. Otherwise, if I don't know how I'm going to sound to the audience when I say this, but if you're just kicking off, or you know, you're still in a zone where things you've done have not failed, it can make you feel like this mirage is real. I feel like you're one bad step away from, you know, being written off.
Yeah.
And I feel like in this industry specifically, because, you know, our understanding comes from the way that we're consumed by the audience, you have to taste that once. Because that's when you value things. You will value your personal relationships, your interpersonal relationships, you will value the idea of family, you will actually value your own work and work that much harder towards it.
Yeah.
Because क्या है ना कि तो बड़ा simple है ना, आप आज एक photo खिंचवा लो, आप किसी पैप को बुला लो, you're instantly famous. You know, everyone thinks like you're the shit.
Yeah.
But it's actually not like that.
That's true.
It's such a well knitted mechanism that it takes a really long time to build it, but it takes 1 second for things to go south. So I feel like a little bit of failure, if in an actor, I feel like then you're a bit dateable.
Also, I do agree that failure does ground you somewhere down the line. Yeah. And I feel grounding is extremely important. Otherwise, you're always living in your head and you're flat.
Myself in
Yeah. Everybody goes through that. Like, Me too. Charged guilty happens. Like when you're flying, and then when boom, you come down, you're just like, okay, reality hits you, but that's great. Okay, give me like somebody who must have given you from the fraternity, let's say a director or an actor or a co-actor, who gave you one of the best compliments that you really hold close abhi tak to your heart.
Am I sounding too intense, what?
No,
In my head, I'm sounding too intense.
Really? but that's also me.
Achha,
I can also get like deep.
but recently, what is I'm a bit too intense in life. So I was like, am I sounding very intense?
Love it, man. It's a good thing. ठीक है, इतना फिक्र भी नहीं होना चाहिए.
Very बात है. What did you ask me?
Okay, I'm going to repeat my question. I said, I want you to tell me a particular person from the industry, a director, actor, or a co-actor who complimented you for your work that really stayed with you till today.
Nobody.
What rubbish.
I
You,
swear God.
Anupam Kher must have said something to you at least, if nobody else. Abhi aapne Tanvi ki hai. Okay, think of somebody else also, huh?
I see. Actually, when you say it, correct. Anupam sir did say nice things about my performance. अब मैं खुद यही तो मेरे को I find you want to say it.
कोई आपकी तारीफ कर रहा है.
Anupam sir said कि you know when he saw my performances, he's like, you know, I have a personal feeling that you have a director's quality. That, you know, I feel like eventually in life you'll become a director and you will direct. And I found that very nice because I feel like as an actor, if you can start understanding material from that lens, you know, you're really becoming objective towards it, and you're able to pull yourself out of it as an actor and see the whole vision. If I could probably do that in a performance that I did with him, I'll take that as a compliment because you know, he comes from an experience of 500 odd films, right?
Yeah.
So I think that was really nice of him to have that said, and yeah.
ठीक है, को तारीफ करने में इतनी प्रॉब्लम हो रही है, बोलो वर्स्ट कॉम्प्लीमेंट क्या मिला है.
Worst compliment.
That you'll be able to say.
ये मैं सोच के बताता हूँ. Worst compliment. You're not film material. You're not actor material.
है.
Yeah. बहुत मतलब time and again, I've had casting directors tell me that, you know, this is not your dream. It's not your journey. This project's not for you. And I feel like things like that. And I feel like that's not really a worst compliment, but I feel like they're doing their job. I'm probably doing mine.
हाँ, but अटक जाता है यार दिमाग में ये सारी चीज़.
पहले अटकता था.
हाँ.
I feel like जब आप काम करने लग जाते हो, फिर वो सारी चीजें अटकती नहीं है. फिर आपको लगता है चलो ठीक है, you know, and then you realize that, you know, maybe they were just doing their job.
Right.
I guess.
Okay, is there an actor whose journey you look at and you feel extremely proud about their growth and the
He was
journey?
giving me a worst compliment though.
हाँ,
Worst whatever feedback.
ठीक है ना,
But
अच्छी बात.
यार मैं सोच के बताता
हाँ, जो आएगा तो बता देना. How does it matter? But you know, a few more minutes before I wrap this, but I really want to know that.
हूँ. What did you ask me right now? Sorry, I forgot.
Yeah, what I do want to ask you is that has there ever been, say, like a particular actor whose journey you look at and you're not envious or egoistic about it, but you're really happy for the growth or for their achievements in a good way? Like, I think that journey is sort of somewhere on the line inspired you as an actor yourself. Who would that person be?
Inspired me.
Yeah. And could be any actor, like gender neutral, male or female.
I think Irfan Khan, yaar. Irfan Khan's journey as an actor is something that I'm extremely envious of. I feel like, you know, he's had some really wide range of work that he's done. And it's, of course, all credits to the man that he was. And I would, if there's a journey that I would like to replicate, and I feel like that's very difficult, would be Irfan, sir. Yeah. Other than that, I feel like someone who really shot up to fame and success would be a Kartik Aaryan. And that's really interesting. And it's extremely inspiring with what he's done with his career in a very short of time.
Yeah.
You know, with the amount of naysayers around him that he had, he's really still gone out there and trailblazed into the, you know, the star that he is today. So, yeah, I think two very extreme kind of crafts. But
yeah. True. How do you look at Vikrant Massey? Come on, he won a national award. Like, he's somebody who started from television and then transitioned into like acting full-fledged for the big screen, right? It's also sometimes it's been your vision, your journey, which you're aspiring to do and doing. How do you look at that?
No, it's great. I feel like more actors need to come out from the outside to really make this industry flourish and truly pave the way for every other guy or girl who dreams of becoming a part of this industry who's not from the inside.
Yeah.
So, like I said, you know, you need more actors like Kartik, Vikrant, Ayushmann to really go out there, excel, so that it really makes other people feel like this dream is possible. You know?
Yeah.
So more power to Vikrant and congratulations to him for, you know, the national award. He and I were, you know, somewhere around the same time in television.
Yeah.
And look at what he's done, man. It's so cool.
Yeah. I feel like that's such a benchmark for those who sort of probably put people down by saying कि नहीं TV actor को TV करना चाहिए. नहीं भाई देखो.
हाँ, वो तो मैं भूल ही गया कि हम टीवी एक्टर वैसे ही बदनाम है.
पर अब आपके पास national award है.
But नहीं अच्छा है यार, मैं बड़ा खुश हूँ कि ये now, I mean, let's hope that slowly and steadily, the fraternity feels like, entertainment is one wing.
Correct.
It's not three verticals, which is television, films, and OTT.
Yeah.
An actor is just an actor, regardless of the medium.
Medium.
And I've always believed that, an actor should never have to pick a medium. You have to pick a script. On what medium it releases is so secondary.
That's true.
Why should a medium be defining the craft of an actor?
Right.
I mean, the medium should be defining the medium, and that's where it should end. And I truly hope that in times to come, and I saw an interview of Cillian Murphy where he said the same thing, that I mean, he had a show on television. At the same time, he was collecting an award for Oppenheimer. He's doing another season of Peaky Blinders. Look at the kind of work that he does, and these are actors from television.
Yeah.
And they're so celebrated. Matthew McConaughey, he had a show called True Detective on television, and he was collecting an Oscar for Dallas Buyers Club. Why can't that happen in India? Why are we so hell-bent on slotting and titling actors? I think it's so unnecessary.
That's true, and so well said. Okay, lastly, before I let you go, what is Karan Thakur's upcoming project like, work like, plan like, goal like? Just spill whatever you can.
I'm going to try and sound very, very busy. People feel like my paas bahut kaam hai. I mean, I've already shot one show. It's for Amazon. It's a show called Bhay. It's, I think, India's first paranormal show. I think where there is no genre there's no show that's really attempted this genre like the way that we have. It's based on this real gentleman called Gaurav Tiwari. He was India's first paranormal investigator. I play Gaurav in the show. It's a very, very, very aspirational show. The minute I heard it, I was desperate to be a part of it. It's a very interesting journey of a man who did what he did, which is dealing with the paranormal, and unfortunately passed away in 8 years in an extremely mysterious way where, they left his death inconclusive. So that's his journey, and I can't wait for people to watch it because I don't think I have ever attempted anything like that. People have not really seen me in this light, and I'm super anxious about it because I don't know how people are going to receive it. But every time I'm sitting on the edit and I'm watching a frame, I'm like, man, I can't wait for people to just to watch it and to also see, what Gaurav was all about.
Okay.
Also, I started a brand of my own. It's an all Indian agave. It's basically tequila, and it's called Gunda. We're finally in Maharashtra and Gurgaon and Goa, and we just, it's been my baby for the last 1.5 years. That's what I've been working on. And I'm glad that it's seen the light of the day now. And so that's what's keeping me the most busy.
Love it. Okay, wait, you've got me also kind of excited about this whole paranormal thing that you're doing because genuinely we've not seen you like that ever. So, and plus paranormal is something that excites most of us right now, right? I think वो YouTube algorithm में आपको बताता था कि लोग search क्या कर रहे हैं सबसे ज़्यादा.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's true. People really want to know what's happening in spirituality. They want to know all about paranormal. They all want to know about thriller. I'm just like, wow, like there's a shift.
I hope that trend doesn't change till November.
Yeah, no, it's not changing. It's been actually for about 1.5 years right now. Like that's what people are watching, even on OTT. That's what the stats are. So it's kind of crazy. So good job on that.
Thank you.
But thank you so much, Karan, for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Lovely speaking with you, and I hope you sort of do this a little more because it's great. And listen, you're engaging. You're not intimidating. Whoever said that.
See.
But thank you so much for your time. Hope to see you super soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.